This is the most intense new moon of the year, so make some tea, pull up a chair, because we have a lot to talk about. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leeor Alexandra. Welcome to the B community, where we talk about spirituality, personal development, and so much more. And a couple times a month, I like to share new and full moon cosmic energy readings, in which I weave together astrology, intuition, and oracle to come up with a blueprint or guide for the energy each lunar cycle. So today I want to talk about the transformative new moon in Scorpio coming up on November 13th at 1:27 a.m. Pacific. I'm going to present you with themes that are coming up for us. And of course, these energy readings, if you have Scorpio in your top 3, you might feel them even more intensely, but we all have Scorpio in our chart somewhere. So the energy readings are for all of us. You don't have to be a Scorpio. In this reading, I'm going to present you with the themes that are coming up for us. I'm going to give you a couple journaling prompts to get the most out of this energy. And we're also going to do a card pull to further navigate us through this time. We're going to need to use all our resources for this month, calling in our angels, connecting with the divine, meditating. I'll explain all that soon. First, I just want to give a quick thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Audible. So right now I'm hosting a month-long book and meditation club, and the book that we chose to read is The Law of Divine Compensation by Marianne Williamson, one of my favorite books, and I am listening to it all day long on Audible. I use Audible and listen to this and other titles while I clean, while I cook, when I go on walks with Jupiter, when I commute, and really whenever I need to just shut off the world and get some inspiration and motivation. If you're not already familiar, Audible is the leader in audio entertainment and offers an incredible selection of audiobooks across every genre, ranging from bestsellers, motivation, wellness, business, and so much more. And as an Audible member, you can choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog. I always get so excited whenever I have a new credit available and I can find my next listen. New members can get a free 30-day trial of Audible and get an audiobook. I really recommend choosing The Law of Divine Compensation. It's going to change your perspective on manifesting abundance and your belief systems completely. So visit audible.com/Leeor or text Leeor to 500-500. The link is in the description below. This will allow you to start your free trial and get your free audiobook. Thanks Audible for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get into the video. So I want to start this new moon reading off a little bit differently because I sat with this energy for a really long time, trying to feel into what's coming up for us. I always like to look for the silver lining in my readings. I'm a sun rising person, which means that I tend to look at the glass half full and look for the positive even when it's hard to find. That's a sun riser. Then there's sun setting people who kind of tend to look at the more realistic, like this is what's happening, sometimes erring on the side of negative. Admittedly, I had to dig really deep into this energy to find the silver lining. We have had an intense October. The eclipses were not easy on many of us and definitely for the world at large. And it looks like that energy is being carried into November. It does feel quite heavy to me, but there is a silver lining. Astrology doesn't determine what's going to happen to us. Rather, it provides us with a blueprint of what is possible, and then it's up to us to interact with that energy that's being presented. So if we don't know what's happening in the cosmos, and if we live our lives in autopilot, it's really easy to get taken for a ride by the great cosmic drama. But that's not you. That's not us. You're aware. You wake up every morning with a desire for more awareness, for more expansion, for unraveling the great mystery of your life. And the archetypes, the spheres of consciousness that are the planets, they love that. They love to work with people like you, with people like us, people who are curious and ready to learn. And so yes, the energy that we're being given is heavy, it's intense, it's amplified. Eclipses, Scorpio, Mars, there's a lot going on. But you have everything that you need within you to navigate it, to observe rather than to react impulsively, and to improve your life through the challenges. Everything, as always, is happening for you, not to you, and you are not alone. The universe is conspiring on your behalf, conspiring for your greatness and for your expansion. So let's take a look at what's coming for us and what themes are being presented to us so that we can, with consciousness and awareness and presence, best navigate this energy. So as we know, new moons are a time for new beginnings, and the lunar eclipse in October ended a 6-month cycle, and we are now beginning a new one. If you pay attention to what comes up for you around this new moon and also the full moon later this month, you're going to become aware of what the next half year cycle will touch on for you. During the new moon, our intentions are buried deep within the womb of the mother so that they may be birthed into reality. As always, I do recommend setting your intentions the day or two after the new moon. If you want to do it on the new moon, you kind of want to do it right after it goes exact. But on the 13th, we have a void of course moon from around 3 to 6 p.m. So I don't recommend any manifestation rituals during that time, but after is good. And 3 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. So you're going to want to convert that to your time zone. I do have a request for you, and please let me know in the comments if you are willing to do this with me. After I set my intentions for this new moon, for my personal life, for my family, for what I want to see, I'm also going to be asking for, praying for, and visualizing for peace on the planet, for safety and prosperity for every child, and for healing of our collective wounds. Please let me know if you're with me, if you're willing to manifest a better world. Commit to that in the comments below. Inspire others to do the same. Thank you in advance. Now, to say that this new moon is intense, which I've said a few times already, that's an understatement. We have all this heavy scorpionic energy, and Scorpio wants to get to the deepest parts of the subconscious. If you're a Scorpio moon like I am, you know how like everything is very serious and intense and like very philosophical, and we're very much into like understanding the root of all that is. And imagine just being like that all the time, right? So we have this energy amplified right now, especially because the eclipse energy is still with us, at least the first half of November. Scorpio holds our secrets and also our ability to transform. And Scorpio wants you to feel everything fully. So especially during this time, please give yourself the time to really feel and really process any heavy emotion and all emotions in general. Just let them process through you. And the way that I like to do that is whenever I'm feeling something, if I'm feeling something that's so heavy that I'm noticing it, and I like to notice things, I don't like to be distracted from how I'm feeling, I'll just put everything away for a second and I'll just kind of feel what's happening, and I'll notice where it is in my body, and I'll let it kind of just leave. Once you fully process it, I think that there's some philosophies that say that if you feel an emotion for 60 to 90 seconds, if you feel it fully in your body, then it can leave and you don't have to return to it. So do things like that. During the time around the new moon, we're going to see people feeling really defensive. This is not new for the last month. There's going to be a lot of talking, a lot of intellectualizing, a lot of ego, a lot of headiness. We want to be back in the heart, okay? Because all this talk is going to lead to a lot of disputes and not a lot of heart-centered conversation. If you're not interested in conflict in your life right now, taking a step back and observing rather than engaging is totally fine. You don't need to talk to everyone. You don't need to have anything to say. You don't owe anybody anything. But don't stop yourself from self-expression. If you want and need to express yourself in some way, do so from the heart, from a place of compassion, and with a desire to be understood and to understand the other person. Give up on trying to convince anyone, rather aim for mutual understanding and respect. On a collective level, the energy is one of deep transformation. And there's a strong focus on our communication, our relationships, and also exploring the things that maybe have been overlooked in the world and in reality. I see sudden awakenings continuing to happen. I mentioned that they would be happening in the end of October. There's going to be more of that. There's also going to be some sort of financial issues or issues with the powers at large, governments, authority, and people are going to be pushing back. No one's going to be taking things sitting down. We're going to be hearing a lot of noise. On an individual level, this is a potent time for self-exploration. Shadow work, if you've been meaning to do it, I have a shadow work course. I'll link it down below for you. Breath work, meditation, any sort of really inner exploration, it's really encouraged right now. And it's going to give you huge transformation if you follow that. We want to be making meaningful changes in our lives right now and participating in really open and honest communication. We're being really supported in exploring relationships. If there's a relationship you've been wanting to explore, it's a good time to do so. It's also a good time to express yourself with a lot of grace and to bring harmony into your interactions with others. Other things that I picked up on that I've been feeling is, Scorpio is the secret holder. Secrets are going to be revealed, possibly. The secrets that might lead to an intense transformation of our world and definitely of our inner world. And this is going to be revealed around the new moon, so keep an eye open and an ear open up for that. Speaking of transformation, Many are going to start to embark on a new journey. Maybe that is your spiritual awakening. Maybe it's a different type of journey, right? And this journey is going to lead you over the next 6 months into who you're ultimately meant to become. If you've already begun this transformation, this journey in your life, I really want to know how it's shown up for you already. Let me know in the comments below. Now, just really quickly, I want to talk about what's supported in this time, what I'd like you to focus on. Surrender. Surrender to the divine. Everything is going to feel more out of control than it usually does. Everything is out of control. Nothing's under control. This time where things can feel challenging is a test in our faith. It's so easy to have faith when everything is going well. It's much more difficult to have faith when we're being challenged, but do it anyway. Another thing is there's an intensified focus that you can really channel into your creative pursuits. Take your focus off of anything that's wasting your energy and instead put it into your purpose or your mission or your passion. Scorpio intensifies our focus. And so this intensified focus is going to help you get things done. So take advantage of that. This is an intense time emotionally, and it's potentially very volatile and unpredictable. To get through it, I encourage a lot of mindfulness, focusing on your own business, right? Deep breathing, observing rather than reacting, and full processing and feeling of your emotions. Not a good time to distract yourself from what you're feeling, because those feelings could really take over you if they're not properly integrated, and then they're going to hijack this next 6 months. So to process your emotions, like I said, just give yourself plenty of time to just be with the things that are coming up. Choose to distract yourself with your phone less. Go out in nature and embrace stillness and quiet. Let things come and then let things go. Process emotions by journaling, speaking to a friend, a family member, a therapist. I like to schedule my therapy sessions around heightened times like this because it allows you easier access to your shadows. And our shadows will be at the surface and ready to play. It's going to be easy to provoke conflict. So we have to keep choosing compassion and remaining in the heart. And this is going to lead to potentially healing and definitely growth and transformation instead of just a bunch of burnt bridges, right? Definitely prioritize your spirituality. Pray, meditate, spend time outdoors, put your phone away, and journal. So I'm going to give you a couple journaling prompts right now. I'll write them down below as always in the description. So number 1, what are my intentions for the next 6 months? Number 2, what am I passionate about right now? How can I channel my focus onto this passion this month? And number 3, what has been triggering emotions within me lately? What can I learn from these emotions? Now, to really get the most out of this energy, I'm going to use my beloved Rumi Oracle deck, an invitation into the heart of the divine. We're going to receive a message all together for exactly what we need through this time. Our angels are with us. Our higher self is with us. And God is always, always, no matter where you are, God is with you. There's no depth, there's no space where God is not with you. You are never alone. I pulled this card. It's called Arise. And it looks like someone who's possibly going through some sort of challenge, a lot of deep emotions. They're kind of hiding themselves. They're kind of hidden within themselves. And then it looks like there's an angel kind of hovering over them. An angel and potentially also a UFO or some sort of flying object. And to me, this looks like even in our despair, we are always guided. But I always like to consult and read the guidebook from this because it's so heart-opening. And so we're going to get the answer to this. We're going to get the description for this. Arise. I dance before you in sacred spectacle, hoping to garner your attention. Look at me, I cry to your alien spirit in dissident flesh. Look at me. If you were to look up, you would see that I am a mirror of your own being. Your light, your heart, your spirit, your all. Yes, there is pain. Yes, there is a letting go taking place, and you are frightened and uncertain sometimes. But you make this mean something that it does not. It means that you are to turn your head away from what is dying. Do this gently but firmly. Turn your head towards what is living. Wow. Look at me. I will show you truth, and you shall laugh your deepest belly laughter with so much glee, sharing in my secret that the only force at work in your life is unconditionally loving divinity. So many of the themes for this Scorpio new moon, which is truth, truth being unveiled, secrets being shared, death of things, Scorpio rules the underworld, the death. There's pain, yes, there's a letting go, and we're scared sometimes, but we're so taken care of. I see in you a divine wild child and a sacred heart. You have gumption, chutzpah, guts. You dare to love where others only see pain. You dare to believe that everything will somehow work out where others see only what they judge to be wrong. You see love where others apply fear. You seek freedom where the world still buys into manipulation and propaganda. Don't lose heart, beloved wild child. Dare to believe. You are right to do so. Oh my God. It is the divine rebel in you that refuses to surrender hope. Give up the fight, perhaps, the battle that comes from a place of fear, but never give up your hope. That hope in your heart, that optimism and patience for growth into love, it creates a light within you that helps the world see through darkness. It becomes a candle that shimmers contentedly upon the windowsill of your heart temple. There it is, more obvious even in darkness. Wow, what a message for us. I hope you enjoyed it, my loves. If you did, I would really appreciate if haven't already, if you'd subscribe and turn your post notifications on. If you would give the video a like and a comment, let me know if you are committing to manifesting a more peaceful world with me this new moon. Thank you so much for watching. Also, please support the channel by checking out Audible for free and getting your free audiobook with my link below. And let me know how you're doing. Let's talk. I love you and I appreciate you. Until next time, I'm still shaken a little bit by that beautiful reading. As always, keep your vibrations way, way, way up. Bye.